Greetings everyone and welcome to Soter Academy, lesson number 4. What happens when you hear a clicking noise or stretching noise in your joints? What happens when you do an isolated exercise, let's say for triceps, and your back is taking over? We are going to debug both of these in today's lesson. Now let's start with the leg extensions. Let's say taking a seat on the machine, starting to execute the exercise, first or the second rep, and you hear some clicking noise or a stretching noise coming from your knee. Now, in most cases, most people will continue with their set with that heavier load. Now, in the gym environment, there is something called risk stratification. What this means is we are identifying hazards before they cause injuries. Now this clicking or stretching noise coming from the knee is a system. The system is trying to tell you something. This is a system warning. This is not a feature of the exercise. So in this situation, we should stop and drop the weight to 0 or the minimum, whatever the machine is, and do maybe 20 controlled reps in order to lubricate that joint, or do another warming up exercise that will put more what is called synovial fluid in and around the joint. Now the joints, they don't have blood supply, so they use that synovial fluid in order to lubricate it and to prepare it for heavier load. This is like oiling up in a car engine with oil. So you're lubricating the hardware before you put heavier load. Now let's debug the tricep overhead extension and why the back muscles are stealing that movement. Now the primary job of the tricep is to extend the arm. The tricep is attached to the back of the shoulder. It all comes down to the humerus, which is that bone from the elbow to the shoulder, right? The upper arm. Now, if I'm executing the exercise like that, and I move that bone up and down, you see I'm involving the lats in that movement. So if that is moving, that upper arm is moving up, then I need to use the lats in order to bring it back in position. So essentially we need to this needs to be fixed in space, and then to move only the forearm and to use the tricep in order to do that extension without that humerus moving. So the elbow must act as a fixed stationary hinge in space. Self-risk assessment. We need to do this for our own training, as we know our body better than anybody else. This is if we got some pain in the head of the muscle, let's say triceps or biceps, doing a 3 or 4 second negative. This is great. This is the muscle is breaking down. This is the main goal. But if we hear some stretching noise or clicking noise in joints, and especially if there is some pain in the joints, so this is not good. We need to assess and then warm up, maybe change the angle of attack, how we doing the exercise, and see if that pain or that clicking or stretching noise disappears. Here is the mandate for this week. Audit your hardware. If a joint clicks, implement the slow ramp up warm up. Film yourself from a side, or let somebody look at you from a side and see what you're doing wrong. And let's stop the energy theft. Apply the physics, write the code, and build the armor. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next Academy lesson video. Let's evolve. Cheers.